Hello guys, welcome to King of Sahara, Group 3B today. We will see a scramble between LAD 3 and AL2. So let's look at what happened yesterday. Yesterday we had Group 3 as well. We had, 3A, the first matches there. That was LAD 4 against AS Underground. LAD 4 took that away. It was a very close matchup as well. It was 2-1, so
Mm-hmm.
you don't always see 2-1s, but yeah, so nice to see. But anyway, today LAD 3 versus AL2, and the winner of that will compete against LAD 4 for that entry into the Super 16, and yeah, the loser will meet ASUG, to fight for the same position there in the Super 16.
Oh
So,
yeah.
any other remarks, Jitin?
No, and I think we should look at the polls just to see what people think.
Oh yes. All right. So 75 to 25 in favor of LAT 3. Yeah, I don't know. Any thoughts?
Not really. I think people. So I have never seen Loki and Sasori, who is also Kaik. I've never seen them play standard. So the voting could also be the result of that. People not having enough confidence in their standard skills. So
Well,
the best way would be to find out and see how they fare against each other.
yeah, you're right. So, but in my opinion, though, I don't know both teams. So it's weird that one team really has a heavy advantage. Maybe because the LAT community is so big, they just vote for their team. Who
That's
knows?
possible. That's very much possible. I won't deny that.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we are ready. Let's go into the game. Um, yeah. Are you ready, bro?
Just give me a moment. I'm almost ready.
Sir, yes, sir.
All right, here we go.
Okay. So I'll count down. Yeah. You in the replay?
Yes, I
Okay.
am here.
Okay. So 3, 2, 1, go. Okay. So here we go. AL are British for Lucky and Indian for Sasur. I think both nations are decent without looking at the other team. You can't be
Mm-hmm.
really mad by getting those both nations, but there are better nations out there. I will acknowledge that. For the LAT team, Blast is China, kind of underwhelming, and Rome
Mm-hmm.
for Thor. So I feel like Thor has like the best nation here, but like just by a slight margin, uh, maybe. It's very close. It's not like Rome is so crazily good that like Lakota or Dutch,
Mm-hmm.
but they are definitely good.
And actually, Thor is lucky that he's not against British, because British are the perfect counter for Roman. Their archers just they kill every Roman heavy infantry.
Yeah,
Even though I would say that he's very lucky against Indians, because those elephants are also cruel. But anyway, if I had to be Roman against somebody, I would rather be against Indians than British.
for sure, man. We see some rares already. Let's see. It seems like Thor has that sugar in his territory. Um, Anything else like very special on the first cities, and Papi for Sasur. So yeah, yellow and red have pretty decent nations. What would you like more, having sugar or Papi?
Oh, sugar for sure.
Because it
Because sugar
gives
gives
you.
you cheaper everything. It's usable everywhere.
Oh yeah, you can use that for your economy. You can use that for some units, and villagers being the main food um, user.
Yeah, especially villages. That's right.
So yeah, meanwhile they're just scouting. Let's look at the scouting. I like to focus on that. Blast seems pretty well off. He has 1, 2, 3, 4 villagers and 1 scout. So I think he should be able to get a lot of ruins.
Mm-hmm.
Thor, 1, 2, 3 villagers, 1 scout, pretty decent as well. But do you like the way he's scouting with those? Because usually, he has like that mechanical pattern. I call that like very
Oh, you see, like
mechanical.
straightforward.
Yeah. While I see usually pro players scout like more organically in like not straight
Mhm.
lines. Do you know the reason for that, or is that just
I,
preference?
I'm not sure. I don't even think that should affect much. It looks cool when you're doing zigzag patterns, but apart from that, I don't feel there should be any other advantage to that.
Yeah,
Because
but
if you're lucky, you could be running in the same line how the ruins are laid out.
well, it depends if the ruins are completely random or if maybe there's some algorithm to it. You know, so some.
But
Yeah, you are
yeah,
right.
sometimes I used to think at one point that the ruins have I mean, they have this kind of pattern where they are most likely concentrated around mountains. So I used
Oh,
to look around mountains first, but that's not everywhere. It's just in very in rare cases.
yeah. That's now you had a very interesting theory going on there, bro. You were like you believed in the flat Earth theory or something. Like you have that
Oh
crazy
yeah,
hat on. Okay,
yeah. At one point, I feel like I was so sure that yes, this
you
is
are
it.
crazy.
I've cracked the code, but no,
Dude, you
it's
had
just
that
not that.
like that. What's the silver mache hat on? I don't know how to call it in English. Okay, let's let it go. Let's get back. Um, it does seem like Loki is going for that barracks already, obviously because he gets that free archer. So yeah, let's see.
Oh yeah, I like that move. I actually like that move. Although what I don't like here is that um he could have waited a little bit before going for barracks, but anyway, the way I see right now, Blast is already aged up, so maybe not the worst case. I like how quickly Blast aged. Good man, that's pretty good timing, and he's aging with 100. He did skip market, but that's fine.
By the way,
He must have got plenty of ruins.
let's
No, he did not.
it's pretty even. Well, Blast and Loki are doing the best, but like no one has a like very big disadvantage. Like both
Mhm.
Thor and Sasur are a bit lower in terms of ruins, so it's it will not affect the game balance per se. By the way,
Oh yeah.
Loki, his eco is suffering, and being British, he has that extra commerce, so he isn't gonna be using that for a long time. I feel maybe because of this barracks. I don't know. I don't agree with him going for the barracks while your eco is still plus 60 at the time when
Yeah,
he built it.
he should have waited a little bit, but it's all right. As now in H2, these archers are going to be a big menace to handle. If Blast can bribe these, that's fine. Or if Loki can micro these such that the bribe fails, or even they can take out the senator, that's going to be really good. Because you can put these archers right behind the wood camp, and you can annoy the hell out of your opponent.
Yeah, and but Blas is going for that barracks already. In the back of my mind, I was hoping he would go for the stables and make some light cavalry. Um, because the archers that Blast will have at this point, they are simply not fit to fight against British archers, which are also upgraded automatically. Okay, he's gonna
That's right.
snipe this
That's right.
merchant.
That's go. You know what? I really wish that the other archer was present here so that it could snipe the senator while the senator is trying to bribe it. Because that's a perfect strategy. Instead of splitting them up, you keep them together.
Yeah, I agree. And then you can micro that and force Blast to run back. By the way, Blast is now obviously, yeah, he has to go for the light infantry because they are a counter to the archers. But even still, those archers are so good. Um, you know, of course,
Yeah,
Lucky will
but
lose.
still.
But I mean, my point is that I feel like going for heavy infantry early on, it bottlenecks your economy because it uses both wood and food. So
Mhm.
I'd rather not build a lot of those
Slingers, you mean?
slingers. Yeah,
Oh yeah, yeah. I agree. You don't want to build a lot of these because. But he did get the kill, and that's all it matters. You get the kill. You have
okay, this one is,
wasted some of your
yeah,
opponents. Yep.
it's worth it indeed. Also, like a big difference is you immediately AL's eco is suffering quite heavily while the lad team is just blasting away. um, in terms of eco, I
That's
feel
right.
like
That's right. And I don't know why does so I don't first I don't know how to pronounce
Let's
that.
call him Sauce.
If
That's Sauce.
sauce, okay,
Yeah.
we'll yeah. And since Loki is here, Loki could tell us how it is. There is a correct character in Naruto whose name is Sasori,
Nah,
and
it's
that's
not
what I
him.
used to
It's
think.
Sauce.
Yeah,
Just like
yeah.
you
So
thought
we'll
that
just call him
that
that
Kage.
Cage or was Kage because that's also how you would say it in Naruto. Because man, trust me, there are a lot of Naruto fans throughout the world.
Yeah.
Um,
I've never.
so
I'm
anyway,
salty because I've never watched Naruto, and everybody's like,
that's all right.
You didn't
So
watch Naruto." Okay.
we'll
Okay.
stick to sauce for now until we get a clarification from one of the AL guys.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
but I am not happy with what Sauce is doing here. Sauce should have a better eco already. Um, being Indians with Senator, oh, he's not doing
yes.
bad though. It's just he's taking a little bit more time than I would expect to get his eco up.
Yeah, indeed. Being Indians, your eco should progress much faster than it is
Mhm.
right now for him. Well, Loki also went Senator, and both players for AL are Senator, but their economy is not there to fill that commerce gap out, so this is inefficient. That's why this is bad. It's inefficient.
Yes, and here Blast Blast is yeah. I know that Blast is a very seasoned standard player, one of the best in LAT. So I was expecting high from him, and he is delivering it. He's got a 150 already with China. That's good. For Loki, I will give him some time to prove himself because British are always slow in the beginning. You just cannot have the blast kind of the like a blast in the beginning. You need to have the slow period before things start working out for you.
You're right. I like that he's building a lot of those temples. I see 2 temples already, and if he researches taxation, that will boost his gold income. He should make some caravans as well, cause yeah, that
Oh
gold
yeah.
is important. But he's
So, but
still,
that's good. Like he's getting his third city as soon as possible. That's one of the things that pro players always take care of, trying to get the city as soon as possible so that you have 3 caravans and you can maximize your wealth income.
yeah, and you know you can build that barracks on your third city, and that way it's close to your enemy already. Um, Instead of usually if you build it very in your second city, in the end the borders push, and that barracks ends up being far away from the actual battle.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so Sauce is now building his third city. His eco is still a bit underwhelming. I'd expect a bit more. And Thor is about to raid die here, and I think he will be successful.
Oh yeah, yeah, he will be. He will be.
Um,
There is an awesome chance for Thor to assassinate the senator, but I think he may miss it. He will not be successful.
yeah, I wonder how having so many units, how he he still didn't kill even one unit for Sauce. Sauce is bribing.
Yep.
And he even bribed, and now he's just going. Sauce just gained the unit. That's all he did, and he didn't really lose that
That's
much.
right.
Well,
That's right. Yeah, there was no net change. I mean, for Sauce, he just won. This raid was actually a good thing for him.
yeah, he
I
maybe he
hope
did
he
a little
garrisons
bit of damage, but it wasn't
Mhm.
much. Yeah,
Oh yes, Thor. So that was bad, man.
yeah, you're right. He should
Thor could
garrison
Thor could have
those
done damage,
villagers.
but instead he just ended up giving unit.
Well, maybe he can make it right now by. Well, he lost another light horse. Talking about Thor.
But you see, Thor is raiding behind, and
Yeah,
Sauce is not looking there.
yeah, and
So Sauce almost
ooh,
lost the whole woodcutter camp.
and
That's
look at that
nice.
metal mine. He actually lost. I see here 2 bodies lie around. He lost at least 2 vills there. At the same
Oh yeah. So
time,
this was bad because Sauce could have easily garrisoned inside and just waited 2 or 3 seconds because Thor would have to go away. there was no chance for him. Instead of losing villages, it's better to have a little idle time.
Yeah. But yeah,
On the other
Thor
side,
is still here.
not much action going on the other side. I do see a a siege factory from Loki, but with Senator, I don't know if that'll be a good idea, because if you're going for Senator, that means it's a indication that you usually are not going to be attacking early in game.
Hmm. And the problem is, I feel like his economy isn't even really strong enough to support a decent attack. He will have a lot more. He will need a stronger economy to really build a decent army here.
You are right, man. And that's one of the reasons why a lot of players who are British, even if they're not planning to attack, they just go for Despot so that they can do some raids. Since that commerce cap with Senator is just too much to fill out early in the game, and most of the players don't want to, may not want to have the game running for too long, that they would be filling up 300 of commerce cap around gunpowder age. So it's better, if you're planning to attack, it's better to go to spot. British gives you enough, just too much of that extra commerce to fill.
Yeah, I
So
agree.
right now I see the Chinese player Blast has the attrition, and it just gives another. It's just another problem for Loki now. The Blast can simply snipe the supply wagon, and that's all he needs.
Yeah. By the way, I just wanna clear out one detail for the viewers. Look at Lucky. He went com 2, yeah. So his cap is at 237, and without the com 2 his cap was at 175. I feel like definitely he could have just skipped com 2, and that 175 would have been enough for a while for him before he was able to fill it
Mhm.
out. And instead of going for com 2, you can go mill 3, for example, or even science 3, and that way you're saving science, your knowledge points, to actually research something that is more beneficial to you. Nice elephant
Oh yeah.
raid to kill Salt there at the back. That's nice.
Yes.
Definitely
Oh
a
yeah,
big
that's
thing.
good. That's good. It's just that, do you see? I feel Blast is playing almost perfectly. I mean, he could be playing with the pro cohort of standard players, and people would still take him seriously, because Blast has got a nice eco. He's got a nice army. What else do you need? He is playing it very calculatively. He is definitely playing better than Loki here, because Loki is making some mistakes that I would not want him to see, especially not making archers and not making enough cavalry.
Yeah, look what he.
Blast's army is pretty straightforward. He just has these Chinese units, the unique units, fire lances, and heavy infantry. If Blast can use his archers, I mean Loki can use his archers to take out the heavy infantry. After that, it's just the cavalry who can easily finish out those fire lances.
Problem is, Lucky is still making heavy infantry. For no
Yep.
real reason. Maybe he wants to counter those those fire lances, but it's not worth it at all.
That's
Like
right.
that's the
Oh
only
man, look at
explanation.
that. Look at Thor. Look at Thor. That's a huge army.
Oh
That's a
yeah.
pretty huge army. I don't expect. He's lucky. Sauce is lucky that he's Indian, so he gets those elephants. But any other civilization could be pretty dead. Looking at that army, and he's got armor as well. And that's why I say the Romans have got a very unfair advantage early in the game, because they can get armor upgrades without having castles.
Oh yeah.
And another thing that Sauce is missing out is that his senator is inside. This battle is going on right now, but I think he could have microed such that he could take out Thor's army. Thor is not exactly controlling his army. His army is
If I
spreading
was
around everywhere.
Sauce, I would have been, garrisoning my archers and getting them outside, garrisoning them again, just microing it, and that way
That's
you can
right. That's
actually
right.
do a lot of damage to those heavy infantries, without really having the risk of losing your archers. But yeah, Thor is gonna get this city. The problem is those archers by Sauce now they had to leave the city, but the heavy infantry by Thor was there already, so they instantly attacked those
Hmm.
archers. While one of the benefits of archers is that distance. That's actually their strong point, and if they lose
Yeah.
that distance, they actually can be very susceptible to even heavy infantry.
Yeah, so should have used his archers when his city still had hit points, so he could garrison and play around, annoy Thor. There's no point of having archers when there's no way to run to. If your archers are just sitting ducks, eventually the cavalries are going to get to them.
Yeah, and the EL teams seems to be calling GG. Blas is dominating here as well. To be honest, he's just going for a raid, but his eco is superb, so he was gonna win in the end. Anyway,
Oh yeah, I feel one thing that Loki could have done long back is attrition. Why would he not get attrition? Because it's obvious Blast is running around in his territory with the senator. So just give attrition, and he's going to regret running around in his territory
oh
like that.
yeah, you're right. That attrition, and
And
especially if
as
you
you
know
said,
that
Loki is.
Blast
Mhm.
has the senator, yeah, then it's a clear sign that you should go attrition.
Oh yeah, and Blast. I mean, Loki has the wrong kind of units. I still don't know why he's making heavy infantry against fire lances. He's just feeding them to the fire lances.
I think he assumes that fire lances are stronger, and I think maybe they are if they get up close and just start battling with a
Or
fire
maybe
lance.
I don't think it's true, but do you think Loki might be confusing them for regular Javeliniers? Because Javeliniers are weak against these heavy infantry.
Well, I think he's classifying those fire lances as javelineers indeed. Well, they are right. They're just special units for China, I assume.
Oh yeah, but those are way different because
Yeah.
the Javeliniers are not good against heavy infantry, while these fire lances are.
Is that like oh, strong versus yeah, well, I knew that they were
Marcus,
strong
yeah.
against those pikemen, but I didn't know that it was official. That's actually
Oh no, yeah, Javeliniers
game
are
changing, dude.
only good. Yeah, only good against archers. That's why nobody makes Javeliniers in the early game. While these fire lances are good against both archers and
Yeah,
heavy infantry.
learned something new
So
today.
they're like early archbishers. They're early archbishers.
Yep. Yeah, it's over here. Ayalak is just, enjoying his time, I guess, in the spotlight. Um,
Oh yeah, it's over. It's over.
so
That was
yeah,
quick. So he's still not resigned, so we can't assume it's the end of the game. But do you know what's the official record of the earliest game, like the quickest finish in King of Sahara? I
I
think we have seen one of those games.
I don't know what the time is, but yeah, no, can you tell me? We should make that a fun fact.
Yeah, I don't remember, but I feel like I did talk about a quick game that happened in King of Sahara history. Maybe a few days back, a game happened that was very quick.
Yeah.
Anyway, Loki still wants to fight,
By the way,
and on
hey,
this I thought,
just gonna say hi to the chat. Hey, Viet fam, Ian, as always, what's up? Hey, Loki clan, hey L, and Jesus Boglio. What's your name in game, dude? Maybe I've played with your
yeah,
ass.
yeah. Finally, Thor is going to Loki and finishing him up.
I mean, to be honest, the fight Loki is taking against Blast isn't that bad at all. Because he had a lot of
Oh.
heavy cavalry and light cavalry, while Blast doesn't
Yep, this
have
time, this
any.
time, this time he has the right army. He
Yeah,
needs more cavalry,
Blast
and
doesn't
that's
have
all.
any pikemen, so yeah.
He is bringing pikemen from behind, so that's all right.
By the way, his heavy cavalry isn't upgraded, and just to put things into perspective, not upgraded cavalry is 85 HP, while Blast's upgraded guy is 135. That alone is a big difference. Let's look at the attack. Um, oh, I can't see it. It's garrison, but yeah, the attack is gonna differ as well. Plus, now Blast has that Monarch, and it's +2 attack as well. So
Oh yeah.
I think his heavy cavalry is almost worth 2 heavy cavalries that Loki has in terms of effectiveness.
Yeah, you mean the cataphracts versus
Yeah.
heavy cavalry, right?
Yep.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, he has the resources to upgrade them. I'm just saying that
Oh
because
yeah.
it's
Oh.
important.
So yeah, with fam, if you remember, please tell us, man. I almost remember we talked about it. There was some game where people resigned super early, and I said, "Oh, look, that's the earliest finish we have ever seen." If I remember slightly that it might have been LAT versus PLA2.
Hey H and Z, Lucky is just playing for the experience right now.
Oh yeah.
He's trying to bribe and
Yeah.
all that. He's doing everything he can. So yeah,
Uh, all right.
it's a GG, and the first game is won by Lad. So it
Yeah,
seems
that was
that
still quick. 20 minutes, still quick.
yeah, it's still a quick. It was a quick game. Medieval age, nah, gunpowder age, and so yeah, this is the 1-0 now for the Lad team, and the polls seem to be quite right actually. Let's look at the
Yeah, first
stats.
games.
Yeah,
So Blast and Thor, they make a very strong team. That's what it looks like. I like how Blast had his eco and army well balanced, and I also like how Thor could manage to build such a large army in medieval age.
he played the Romans perfectly because yeah,
Yep,
he
that's right. That's
he
right.
made he used that those heavy infantry units by the Rome. They are specialized ones. They are very strong, and his army was actually just a nice balance, a nice mix of archers, heavy infantry, and heavy cavalry, and 3 sieges. So for example, maybe Pimp Masterflex, if he would have done that attack, maybe he would have only had 1 siege, and it would have taken too
Yeah.
long. But not Thor. He knows the importance of timing and striking fast and hard. Also, talking about
Okay.
Thor, he has the most. I think that's wood. What is this? Rikenza. I guess this is
Because
metal.
potted metal. Yeah.
And yeah, Karma was pretty damn nice. But Blast, he's dominating clearly in terms of knowledge. So he seems to be good at
And not
booming.
not to forget that Thor got the 500 capital sack bonus.
Oh yeah, that's right, man. That's right. He did.
So
You.
I still like their team. They're
I,
that was a clear victory. There was there was no doubt about it that anybody's going to lose in the lad team.
and also, getting a clear victory is one thing. It just depends on if your enemies are noobs, you're gonna win easily. But we actually didn't see a lot of. I didn't see actually any mistakes that I could really pinpoint that were very bad or anything like that for lad. They just played solid. I have no
Hmm.
remarks for them really. While
And I feel
AL,
AL also played fine, but not the best. I won't say that AL made super stupid mistakes that I
mhm,
want to that I want to bang my head against the wall or what I do.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
It wasn't anything like it was just some refined steps that they could have done to improve their gameplay, but they did not do that.
That's right. Let's yeah. Last thing here for this first game, military-wise, Thor 51 units killed, 19 lost, so that's just tremendous. Plus doing fine as well. So yeah, nice game one, and we'll jump into the second game in a couple of seconds.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Okay, hey guys, here we are. Game 2 is ready to be watched by us. So yeah, Jitin, 3, 2, 1, go.
And here we go.
Here we go. This time Lad has Greeks for Blast and Koreans for Thor. Nothing too special. Koreans isn't really anything special. I mean, they have some nice bonuses, but in the long-term game, they don't have a really big advantage, really. While Blast is Greeks is nice. I recently learned how powerful they can be. If they use them right.
Yeah, first
You remember that, yeah?
first hand.
Yeah, first-hand experience. I got my ass whooped. So, um, Greeks can be really nice, but I feel like you have to know how to play Greeks in order to make them work, and I hope that Blast does. The way he played China, he had a lot of science, he had a nice boom going, so maybe if he can do the same with Greeks, that might work out for him. Sauce, good sauce is Bantu. Bantu is great, and Aztecs for Lucky. Mm. What
Yeah,
what do you feel about this
easily.
matchup?
I would say AL have the better
Yeah,
nations for this kind of game.
I agree as well, and also like
Definitely.
um, having for Greeks, having an aggressive nation play against them is always bad. I feel like, because being Greeks, you'd rather be left alone, I think, and you'd rather raid the other opponent. But if your opponent is, very
Hmm.
fast and very aggressive from the beginning, then you might never have the chance to go anywhere being Greeks. So I think Bantu is quite a great nation for that, because first of all, look at that distance here. It's already closed. And if Sauce makes some ancient age raids with Bantu, I think I would like that. What do you think about it?
I would love those Buntu raids. Those Buntu raids are so annoying, especially those light infantry running around in your territory that cannot be killed by archers. Those they have to be killed by heavy infantry, and you do not have faster heavy infantry for any other civilization. So they probably are not going to catch those light infantry.
Yeah,
It's really fun. Just pointing out, have you seen the wood patch for Blast? Second wood patch?
it's very great. He exposes him for some raids, but it's worth it for sure. And he has a metal mine in the city radius as
Yeah.
well. So
Dude, this is a nice city. Like, look at two metal mines and this giant +8 wood patch. I think he's set for the game.
yeah, and everybody has a
He could go
plus.
senator right now.
Oh yeah. Also, everybody has. You mean the university? Everybody has +5 woodcutters camps in their first cities. I think I'm gonna, pay attention to that more, because it's interesting. Sometimes it differs.
Yeah, sometimes it differs. You're right. Um, on this side, Sauce is lucky that he just is close enough to find that +5 wood patch in his territory. Else he would have been without wood, or he
Oof.
would have to count on +3 wood.
Oh yeah, and everything else here is, you know, worse than mediocre. So that is actually lucky. It is, and yeah, get a tower there ASAP. I'd say if the Greeks, if the Greek heavy cavalry gets here first, then yeah, you're not gonna have a good time. The eco for
Oh yeah,
Thor is
and
nice, man. Look at that, +100, +90, pretty damn
whoa,
fast.
yeah, that's nice. That's pretty good.
It's
And
the
he's
best
going for
one.
science too now.
How
I
is this so
see
fast?
Thor.
What are the ruins like, bro? I'm sure it has to be. Oh yeah,
Uh,
four. Well, actually, it's not that bad, dude. It's not that bad. Only 400.
oh yeah,
Um,
and this time the players have changed. This time it's Loki versus Thor and Blast versus Sauce. We're going to see if it makes a difference in this game.
oh yeah. Let's look at the rares that the guys have access to. For Sauce, Bison is pretty safe for him. It's decent. Salt is in the back there. He should be able to use it, I think, especially all this distance between that he
Mm-hmm.
created, and plus Blast actually built sideways because of his motivation was his wood camp. But I feel
Mm-hmm.
like it's it's almost, it's so discouraging to start a raid if you know that you have to go so far. It's still worth it, I
Oh yeah,
guess, but you know it's gonna take a long time.
dude.
Well,
I want your attention here at Sauce's economy. It's horrible, and he's nowhere near aging.
I think I think we saw the same thing last game. I don't remember who it was, but maybe that was Sauce as well. So it's a trend, and maybe yeah, that's bad. It's not. It's not.
Yeah, Sauce. You should. I think Sauce is trying to relocate his villagers from farms to somewhere else, but that's never a good idea.
Oh my
You
god.
want to reach that 100 food as soon as possible. Everything can wait.
Let me.
The wood can wait. The metal, wealth, anything else can wait.
Okay.
And that's why he's so late right now that if Blast were to raid him, right now Blast is not raiding, but a lot of players like to go for stable and mill to the moment they age. And if Blast wanted to do that, Sauce would be in big trouble.
Oh yes. By the way, Sauce, if you're watching this, we don't want to just be critiquing you. I'll tell you. You know, actually, before your economy is plus 100, just assume that your villagers always have to be on infinite queue, unless when you're getting some food to build a woodcutter's camp. But unless that, every second you have, you should be making a villager and building either a farm or sending it to a woodcutter's camp. So if you do that, then you won't have this eco problem.
Oh yeah, and I see third city from Loki already. I mean, not Loki, Thor, which is good.
He seems to be fast. Lucky. Okay, actually I like it. Thor is paying attention. He's microing his villager away. Will it be worth it? He got blocked by this woman before he could reach the
Y-
city.
y- so Thor is Koreans. That means he can get his militia to kill these infantry in no time.
Oh
Why is he
yeah,
not doing
that's
that?
right, dude. I forgot that. That's right, man. Easily, like I think 3 guys could take it on. Maybe he was waiting for the
Oh,
senator.
I think one militia can take on these guys. I'm pretty sure.
Really, dude, that's crazy, man.
Yeah, these militia are
Um,
strong, man. I used to underestimate them, but they are super strong.
Okay, well, yeah, he's gonna try to bribe, but I think Lucky will be able to run away for sure. And yeah, it seems like
Mm.
Thor forgot about it completely. Also now, look what that one infantry did by Loki. He forced Thor to build his stables in his second city.
Oh yeah, and
He has
that
all
could
these
hurt.
villagers
That,
here. That will hurt him, dude. That will.
and that raid actually did more. Like as you said, those villagers were standing there, and it's probably because
He was.
Thor forgot about them while he was looking at the raids.
Oh yeah.
This is all that psychological games that raids play with you.
Man, I love the
It's
concept of attention in Rise of Nation. It fascinates me because you have to admit, in a perfect world, you would have enough focus to do everything at the same time. But that's just not realistical. And so then the question stands: what do you prioritize at any given moment? You know, you can choose either I will prioritize macroing my army, or I will prioritize building up my economy, or any of a given number of things. So
Oh yeah, you're right. I like how Blast again almost at 150 eco. Really, like, it's all calculated gameplay. He knows what he has to do, and I can remember this was the same strategy for him last game as well. It's nothing new. He knows that this is the game style that works for him and has been giving him consistent results. So he's sticking with it. I like that,
who
even though it makes him predictable. But as long as he is following that Blast.
Blast? Okay, yeah, I agree, man. And his eco is, you probably said that his eco is so wonderful, 150 basically. Not the same for Sauce, but Sauce has plus 80 gold income. That's quite nice, I guess, because well, he has silver, that's plus 10. Tobacco, that's another plus 10, and he has 2 markets and a lot of territory. Maybe he has taxation. Well, he should get it anyway. Um,
Oh yeah. I see Loki is going for an attack on the third city for Blast, but I think that army is not big enough.
I wouldn't really even try it having a small army because Thor can just repair till infinity if he really
Hmm.
wants to, and cheap
So he is
towers.
getting, I mean, he is getting those two catapults, not bad. But in this case, I feel Aztecs can do a lot of damage because you see, Aztecs have these unique light infantry, and if you get those at this point, if you really want to take the city, you should be spamming those light infantry, upgraded light infantry, which can take care of the Korean archers. And after that, well, it's just it's just a matter of time before those light infantry take out the archers. Because you see, everybody who wants to defend with Koreans, they will always try to spam archers, and that's what Thor is doing here as well.
Dude, I agree with you, but Thor is sleeping. He should get his senator out. He should get his archers out here. They would do a lot of damage. And as I said, you can just garrison them if they're about to die. There should have been a tower a while ago here as well. He's trying to bribe. It might be close, but it seems like nah. Loki's getting it.
And
Dude.
Loki lost his senator. Lost
Ooh.
his despot. That's bad.
If those light cavalries go down, then those archers will just massacre.
Yep,
Um,
you are right. You are right.
well, Loki is still getting the city. I see some militia now. Finally, he does realize that he can use the militia. He's pulling them. He has a lot of militia nearby, so I'm sure now he will push back Loki. And I wonder if maybe this attack hurt Loki more than it hurt Thor, because
Yeah,
he still
it did hurt Loki more.
yeah, because he was using his resources for his army, and that gold is for his army, so he has no science income basically. He has no caravan plus
Oh,
10
why does
gold
he not have
income.
caravan? Yeah, did he get wait? Did he get raided?
I don't know. I'm not sure. He has horses here as
Oh,
well.
wait. I think he does not have a caravan because you see,
No,
there
no
is no
road.
path.
Yeah,
Like
wow.
he never had it. Yeah, no road. There is no
This
road.
is nasty. He played himself, dude. He played himself.
And yeah, and anybody watching this, the big thing that Loki lost in this exchange was his siege. Sieges are expensive, and he lost both the sieges. That was a bad fight. I feel Loki just needed to have few more units, and he could have held that city. Like once you take an opponent city and you hold it, you push your opponent so back that now you suddenly have an edge. Even if you were an age behind, that gives you a big sigh.
Yeah, um, I'm disappointed with Loki. I'm just saying it because I'm a caster, so I have to tell you the situation. First of all, he had that horses, and I don't think Thor was making any raids at all. So he could have used that. Secondly, that wasn't all in by him, which wasn't even that well executed, I feel like. Um, and I think he
Yep,
doesn't
and
have a
on this side,
chance anymore.
I like Loki's eco. I also like how Blast has come close to Loki, so now these two guys are both almost joined together. They can help each other whenever they want. And Koreans are
You mean
actually very
you
good
liked
as
Thor's
allies.
eco? Sorry, I'm just saying it because you said
Oh
Loki.
yeah, Thor.
Yeah,
Oh no, yeah, I'm sorry. So Thor and Blast, both of them have nice ecos.
yeah.
And Spanish and Koreans, these two are the nations that are very good as an ally, because if you have a Korean ally, you can ask your Korean ally to repair your cities or even spam towers for you. All these are nice things that you get from these allies. So since Thor's city is so close to Blast's third city now, if he has to, he can send villagers for repair or even giving towers.
Oh yeah. Um,
By the way, this time Sauce does look better prepared for an attack. He has got a 150 ecos, which is much better than last time.
However, there's a massive problem. If you look at the library, his library, I'm talking about Sauce,
Hmm.
it's basically a default level 2 library, and he doesn't even have the COM 2. I do like that
Hmm.
he has filled out his current commerce cap, so kudos for that. But if you look at Blast, he's actually ready for to age to gunpowder right now.
Oh yeah.
Basically, he needs just like 30 seconds more, I guess, to click it up. And the same for
Mm-hmm.
Loki, he's behind. And well, Thor and Loki aren't that. In terms of technology, Thor and Loki are similar, but in terms of economy, Thor has a clear advantage here.
Oh, clear advantage, and especially the wealth. Look at that wealth.
Oh yeah, only plus 10 for Loki. This is I haven't seen this for a while. Just a plus 10 economy, 13 minutes in. Um, yeah, that's unlucky. I guess he focused too much on that, all-in attack of his, and now he's suffering. Uh, Now I wonder if Blast will be able to build a sizable army in time before Sauce can do some damage. I think he should be fine though, because that city has still not been touched at all. Making some more
Yep, he's
barracks.
still only sieging the stable.
Is he creating more? Yeah, he's just basically infinite queuing. I think his stables there is not getting used, and I feel like he needs some horses anyway. Some
Mm-hmm.
heavy cavalry would be nice.
So if you were in this stage, like if you were in Sauce's stage, what would your plan be? Go all in for this attack or hold back, wait for H4 and then come back to attack?
Well, if he's that much in front of me, I know that I will not outboom him anymore. It's physically impossible. Even if I don't make army at all and I just focus on booming alone, it's gonna be very hard to overtake Blast. So at that moment, I'm thinking, how can I somehow, damage him, or do a move that will just destroy his army suddenly, or surprise him. I have to do something cheeky in that case because I'm so
Yep,
far behind.
you're right, and I'm looking here on the other side. Thor is also mounting a lot of pressure. That's a lot of pressure on Loki. He's got 3 sieges, a pretty balanced army. No scout though, but unless Loki gets some help, I don't think he's going to win this.
Yeah, and that city is lost. No metal income now. Eco is low anyway, so yeah, I think they resigned. Just the end. So this is a 2-0
That was
for.
quick. Like, wait, how
That
did they
was
resign
quicker.
in such
I
thing
don't
that
know.
they synced?
Yeah.
They like 3, 2, 1.
Yeah, they were like using Discord to just sync the resign. Maybe.
Oh no, wait. It says sauce drop.
Oh well, it was
Loki
GG
and Loki resign.
anyway.
All right, yeah.
Yeah.
Else, yeah, it would be funny to have a synchronized resign.
At least you go out in class. Well, economy
Anyway,
lost again.
so you could, so potentially, could you say that that's the quickest game, 1450?
I think what we can say for sure is this is the quickest best of 3 in this King of Sahara tournament. And
Just less
potentially
than
also the
yeah?
quickest game, that second game we saw just now. Could be, man.
Oh yeah.
I think so.
So
It's very like
so, so it's like it balanced out the over length for the other games. Like yesterday's game was more than 2 hours for best of 3. That was one of the longest best of 3s.
dude, we could have just done this one if I knew that it was so fast.
Yeah, but that's the thing, we have no way to know.
No, of course not. Of course not.
How,
I'm just speculating because it's fun.
yeah. Or maybe
Um,
if we cast this one before, then we would know. Oh, let's do the other one as
yeah,
well.
you know, yeah, it's funny.
But
Yeah,
at least now we know that Thor and Blast, they make up a very good team. Um, and I am excited to see them play against another Lat. So Lat 3 versus Lat 4. Who are you going to cheer?
Lad 3 versus Lad 4. I have to refresh my memory. Who was Lad 4 again?
So Lat 4 was Kaio and Oso. Oso the boomer.
Oof,
And
oof,
and
man.
Kaio, I don't know how to describe Kaio, but he's pretty dependent.
He is, man. But I remember also he was crazy. He was playing so well. I became a fan of him actually. He was Romans, I think maybe I forgot, but yeah, he played well. Also played well, and oh yeah, and yeah, he always goes that extra commerce. Yeah, well, this is gonna be great, and yeah, Blas is actually a bit similar to also. I think he doesn't overdo it as much, but he definitely is a boomer in heart, man. You can see that. Well, for tomorrow, you know what? I'm not gonna say who I think is gonna win, cause it's just a crazy match. I have no idea, man. Um, we'll see. Yeah, me too, man. Me too. We'll see that tomorrow, I think. Um, so yeah, yeah. Let's just check the military real quick before we finish this. Thor, most units built. Well, not that important, but he does have the most kills, man. 27-8, and the rest of the guy of the players are not even close to his. Um, yeah, Thor is the Yeah, Thor is the guy that was the first to attack, and I have a sound again that I have a subscriber. So thank you, man. But yeah, whoever you are, I love you. Uh, uh, I don't have it because it didn't work. So I should fix that. I will fix that. Yeah, for sure, man. Gotta get better at this and all that. So it's gonna be fine. Well, guys, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching the King of Sahara. Thank you for the likes, comments, and support that we get. We really feel it, me and Jitin. So, yeah, this is the end of this stream. This was Group 3A. So, Lat 3 is taking the win here. Let me. Um, it's not that relevant anymore, but I will update the scorecard. Okay. There you go, guys. The scorecard is updated, so I'm a professional streamer now. Yeah, thanks, guys, for watching, and yeah, see you tomorrow.